Is Germany's banking system next in line after the US? Germany is facing a weakened banking and commercial real estate sector. Many central banks are increasing their basic interest rates, putting pressure on the banking industry. Mark Branson of BA Fin believes there is no systemic danger, but the fluctuation could pose risks to banks. Warren Buffett also emphasizes that higher borrowing costs have a negative impact on the commercial real estate market. Pakistan falls into chaos as former Prime Minister Imran Khan is arrested. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested and is expected to appear in court on May 10 on several charges, causing the country to face chaos. Supporters of Khan gathered outside the police headquarters. This event could lead to a confrontation between the military and Khan supporters. Protests and violence have erupted throughout the country, leading the government to block mobile internet services and close schools. China's CPI inflation worsens in April, PPI hits COVID-era low. China's inflation rate remained low in April due to slow consumer spending, while weak production demand led to the lowest producer inflation rate in 3 years. Despite the government's efforts to increase domestic spending, the economy is still struggling with the aftermath of previous lockdowns. Therefore, China may deploy additional stimulus measures and loosen monetary conditions. The manufacturing sector has experienced an unexpected decline in April, reflecting weak demand, while foreign trade demand for Chinese goods has also weakened. China and U.S. debt crisis could dominate G7 finance ministers' talks. The finance leaders of the G7 will discuss diversifying supply chains away from China, while also trying to cooperate with Beijing in resolving the global debt problem. However, G7 is facing the risk of heavy dependence on China, the world's second-largest economy and the second-largest holder of U.S. foreign debt. The threat of a U.S. debt default could shock the financial market, and the failure to address the debt issue may overshadow the 3-day talks starting on May 5 in Niigata, Japan. Walt Disney shares dropped 2% after missing Q2 EPS and linear networks revenue. Disney's Q2 earnings showed lower than expected EPS of 93 cents, causing a more than 2% drop in after-hours shares, while revenue increased 13% YoY to $21.82 billion, meeting expectations. Direct-to-consumer revenues grew 12% to $5.5 billion, with improved results from Disney Plus and ESPN Plus due to increased subscription revenue. Meanwhile, linear networks revenues decreased by 7% to $6.6 billion. Disney Parks, Experiences and Products segment revenues also grew by 17% to $7.8 billion, reflecting increases at its international and domestic parks and experiences businesses.